Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 2019 Washington State Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Summit. Oh, you can do better than that. If you go clap, clap. I wish you could see what I see from the stage. I see a room full of greatness, vessels of honor and beauty at 8:30 in the morning. You need to give yourselves another round of applause. I am Karen Johnson, she, her pronouns, an African queen, affectionately known as Dr. J. Sister, colleague, friend to many, your moderator for today. And this is Eric, and he and his team will be interpreting for us today. So let's give it up for Eric and them for what they're going to do today to make sure that all are included, valued. In our time together today, we do want to push ourselves and each other to reach beyond what we think about diversity, equity, and inclusion, and in DSHS, respect, and in DOC, DOC in the house, DOC in the house, respect, and open ourselves up to new ideas, concepts, and new ways of thinking. We want to hold space for one another today to be curious, to learn, and to grow. So at your tables, you should see tent cards that have conversational norms. If you would just find those quickly, please. We're going to use these conversational norms today to hold space for one another. And they were provided to us by Dr. Caprice Hollins of Cultural Connecting LLC. If you've not yet met Dr. Hollins, you might want to put that on your to-do list. So today, I ask you to join me in committing to staying engaged in the conversations. Speak your truth. Certainly, you would not expect me to speak on behalf of all Black American women queens in the world, nor will we expect you to speak on behalf of anyone other than your own self. Speak your own truth. No fixing. Well, what do we normally do when someone starts crying? Console, help them, give them tissues. Today, as we take this journey together, if someone discovers something about themselves and says, oh my God, I had no idea, this would not be the place where we say, oh, you're such a good person. Let them go through their journey together. You get that? It's going to be counterculture because our tendency is to help reach out. But in this case, for the conversations we're going to have today, let's give everyone the space that they need to own their own behavior. Let's experience discomfort. In other words, let's get comfortable in our discomfort. Right now, I know many are mourning the way a young man, an actor, was treated in Chicago, Black male, homosexual, beaten up, possibly there'll be a hate crime, we don't know. Many are grieving right now. And if you want to speak to that today, take risks. Politically correct has no place in this room today. Politically correct has left the building. So do not hold back today for fear of offending someone, because rest assured, if you do, they will let you know. But this is part of how we learn and grow and work together. Let's listen for understanding today as opposed to listening to speak, and let's expect and accept non-closure. When we're talking about race or gender or whatever we're talking about, sometimes we want to just do a to-do list, check the box, oh gee, that conversation is finished, I'm one and done. No, expect non-closure today. Today's the beginning of a journey. Next, our summit agenda. Please take note that we are offering 4 simultaneous sessions in the afternoon with 4 equally compelling topics. Each breakout session will be offered twice, and once at 1 immediately after lunch, and again at 2:30. And while you will only be able to attend 2 of the 4 workshops, please note that we will be recording the breakout sessions and will post them to the conference website after the event. No, I do not know what the conference website is, so please don't ask me, but I'm sure that whoever got you here will let you know the same way via email that is posted. Thank you. Now, one of our breakout sessions, creating a workplace environment where all people can thrive. Oh, that's right there. Oh, that's wonderful. Anyway, that's Dr. Julie Kamek. That will be right here in this grand ballroom, located room A on your venue map. And there's going to be another breakout session that some of you will be attending entitled Unifying People Through Conversation with Mansour Shams. And they're going to close off that wall over there, and that's going to be room B. On the second floor, we'll have 2 workshops. In room C is the City of Seattle, a case study on workforce equity, race, and social justice with Felicia Caldwell and Dr. Andrea Ramirez. And in room D upstairs is Equity Through Access and Inclusion with our very own Mark Adrian from the Department of Services for the Blind. So there'll be signages and volunteers throughout who will help you find your way upstairs. I think I've done everything I'm supposed to do. I've got the thumbs up, perfect. So finally, let's talk about the summit. What we learned today goes beyond this room. As a matter of fact, it's going to go far and wide. And if you're online today, please use hashtag WAEquity, W-A Equity, on all of your social media posts. Before we officially begin, well, actually, our official beginning is going to be by welcoming Mr. Willard Bill Jr., Cultural Director of Muckleshoot Indian Tribe, to lead us in honoring this native land upon which we stand. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Bill.
Atzlahe, Willard Bill Jr. Tidsta, Muckleshoot Option. My name is Willard Bill Jr. I'm an enrolled member of the Muckleshoot Indian Tribe, and where I serve as the Cultural Director. Is Dr. Hollins here this morning? No, she's not here. So she was my boss in Seattle schools, and where I was a district administrator. So quick story. I know we only got a couple minutes, but we talk about inclusion. This is about 10, 15 years ago. We sent out a letter, just a letter, talking about including some of our side, some of the native side, to the story of Thanksgiving. It wasn't a mandate. You didn't have to. Had some curricular supports and some guest speakers that we could help provide in these classrooms. We had done this for several years. Well, one year I got into right-wing media and radio, and you had thought I had punched somebody's baby. Because we got death threats. It made it onto Hannity and Combs on CNN, where we had to debate this, and Dr. Hollins had to take a lot of heat for doing that, for just standing up for our people, just to share our side of that story and history. So as we continue this important work. But thank you for inviting me, Samantha. Thank you for including us today as honoring our native land. As Muckleshoots, we are a confederation of native peoples. Ancestrally, our people lived all the way from Nisqually up into Tulalip, from the ocean up to the Cascade Mountains and over into the Yakima Valley. So our small reservation where many of us live now, that it's an 8-mile checkerboard reservation, but we're repurchasing a lot of those traditional lands back into our people. If you're coming into the area and you need some entertainment this evening, we do have a couple venues you can come to. This is the business spot. Now, I usually bring pictures of our kids so that we can put them up here, so you don't consider it losing if you take your per diem down there and try to double it. You consider a donation to their college fund. And me and my wife want to buy a house in here in a couple of years again, so we're moving, so we're doing that work. But as the ancestral caretakers of this land, as the treaty tribe for all of King County, we do take this work seriously, and we appreciate you taking this few minutes to recognize where you're at in our homeland, and we honor that with you. So the song I'm going to sing is an honor song, and part of our cultural resurgence here at Muckleshoot is our ocean-going canoe families, and where that had lied dormant for about 70 years for our people. And we brought that back, and every summer now we participate in what's tribal canoe journeys. If you haven't had an experience, look it up online. It encompasses well over 10,000 people now every summer. We travel in our ocean-going canoes from our traditional villages. It has reconnected our Coast Salish peoples, our families, right? From our Maori brothers and sisters, our Hawaiian brothers and sisters that come and join us now, our families from up in Alaska. It has reconnected those ocean-going societies because in the similar stories that we share. So we'll sing this song. It's an honor song for all of you and the important work that you're doing. And we just want to hope you have a blessed day here on our land. See you.
Mr. Bill, on behalf of everyone at the sound of my voice, I receive the blessing you've extended to us for a blessed day on your land. We return that to you. We thank you for your Creator in creating this earth, and we ask that you receive this token of our appreciation. Thank you. An event like this cannot take place without the generous support of our sponsors. And to each of our sponsors, we give you a sincere appreciation. And if you're in the room, I would ask that you would stand when I call your agency. The Department of Licensing, the Washington State Employees Credit Union, the Washington Federation of State Employees, and the Hilton right here. And today we are joined by Andrea Richardson, Hilton's Director of Multicultural and Diversity Relations, to share a few words. Please join me in welcoming Andrea to the stage.
Good morning. It's a beautiful, vibrant room today. My name is Andrea Richardson, and I'm the Global Director of Multicultural and Diversity Relations for Hilton. It is indeed my pleasure to welcome you to the DoubleTree Seattle Airport. And on behalf of the DoubleTree Seattle Airport and everyone at Hilton, we hope that you have an amazing time of fellowship, understanding, and a little bit of laughs, because I can tell that Dr. Johnson is gonna keep you entertained as your MC. So on behalf of Hilton, we definitely want to extend this warm welcome, and we want to thank the organizers of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Summit. Special thanks to Samantha for including us in this event. Now, Hilton is a really old company, and as we approach our 100-year anniversary, our team often reflects on the fact that we have always considered ourselves to be a business about people, serving people. And that means that our success directly is related to the success of the communities that we live and work in. This summit will focus on so many ideals and shared values that revolve around diversity, inclusion, workplace equity, and equity for inclusive access for everyone. As our founder, Conrad Hilton, has stated more than 100 years ago, it is our responsibility as a corporation to fill the earth with the light and warmth of hospitality. And that's part of the reason why I'm here today to welcome you. One thing I want to ask you all to keep in mind, earlier Dr. Johnson mentioned the importance of staying engaged. I think the work and the things that you speak about today is really, really important. It makes us better as a community, and I really hope that we all have the opportunity to respectfully share our ideas, but leave here with a feeling of understanding and to be able to share that with the folks that we love and work with. So I won't be too long-winded, but I just wanted to say thank you once again for being here with us at the DoubleTree, and I look forward to meeting as many of you as possible today. Thank you.
Andrea, we really thank you for taking time to join us today. We're in this together. We wish you Godspeed with all that you do, and thank you for your time. Thank you. Cultural norms. Thank you. And as Andrea mentioned, it does take a big team to make this kind of event a reality. So where are the DEI Summit Subcommittee members who work to make this happen? Could you please stand so that we can honor and thank you for all the work that you have done? Oh, give it up. They got the speakers, the location, the venue. They made it happen. The money, they made it happen. Additionally, the Statewide Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Council provided support and guidance for the subcommittees as they brought this event to light. Please stand, DEI Statewide Council members. Let's thank them. Thank you, one and all, for your guidance, your direction. Thank you, Teresa Powell, Marika Burrito, and others for after you left the People's Gathering last year saying, we're going to do this here. Shout out to Melanie Denise Cunningham, the People's Gathering, if she's in the room. And if you haven't registered, be looking for April 2nd to have face in the place at that incredible event. Okay, turn to your neighbor now and say, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. New is now. And now is forever. Turn to another neighbor and say, this is Washington's first Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Summit. And while, excuse me, they're trying to talk to me while I'm trying to get us engaged and get the room set up for our Lieutenant Governor. And while we may be gathering like this for the first time, I want to acknowledge the incredible work that you are doing to advance DEI every single day. Now give yourselves a big round of applause for what you do each and every day. Give it up for you. And as you know, our success relies in great part on executive leadership. Forward progress and sustainable change is connected with those who set the vision for Washington State, Governor Jay Inslee and Lieutenant Governor Cyrus Habib. Now here's what Governor Inslee has to say about our work, and I quote, one of the hardest things in any organization is to institutionalize a culture. That's what we're engaged in here. Embracing a culture of inclusion and diversity and equity that is embedded in our organizational DNA.